Hi everyone, it's Daisy. I'm so glad that you all are back. Our project today is on Alistair, and I love this picture of him floating in outer space, so I thought we'd work on it together. So when you take a full piece of paper, just keep in mind that Alistair himself should be drawn much smaller than the galaxy, so that way you feel like there's this tiny person floating out in outer space and what to do. So it's a combination of markers with some watercolors. That's all you're going to need, so hope you enjoy. Welcome back. We are going to work on a picture of Alistair, and it's the one of him in outer space. So how can you draw Alistair floating in outer space? Let's get on with it. And remember, it's a video, so when you feel like you want to stop so that you can catch up to a certain point, you should do that. Don't need to worry about anything because you can access it this way. Let's start. So we're going to keep him about this big so it looks like he's a tiny little person in a gigantic outer space area. Start with his glasses. So you're going to have 1, 2, and he's got little eyes on the inside, just like this. Connect the two glasses with a short line and put a little nose for him. Now, his hairstyle is very traditional, which means in those days, moms used to kind of comb the boys' hairs to have a side parting. The boys do a lot different stuff nowadays, but in those days it was different. So here we go, a line that goes over his eyes and stops just about here. And then what you can do is you can create a straight to the side of the face. Let this line come out a little bit longer. Go back over, and you're going to bring the top line for his head to come over, and just as soon as you're right there, you're going to connect up. So this makes for his hair and his eyes. Add his ears right under and make his cheeks come down a little bit more. Don't just connect the bottom of his chin. And you're going to create his neck. He's just got a dot for a mouth because he's like, oh, what just happened? So we want that expression to stay. And now we're going to touch the neck, and you're going to create like a giant astronaut kind of a circle around his head. On top of this, right in the middle, make his hat. So short line there, connect it over, give him a button on the top, and make his front visor come down like this. So that's his hat on the outside of his astronaut globe. Next, you're going to touch the two sides of his cheek to make his blazer or his jacket. So you make the two lines, short line down, and let this separate. So you have one here and a shorter one here. Now, it's a blazer. So the blazers are good. They have a collar. Go up, in, out, and you're going to go to his cheek. So go up, in, out, and go to his cheek. And you can give him a tie. So you can have a tie on his neck, just like that. Next, you're going to stretch his arms out so his arm comes out across here and across here. Bottom part of the arm right there, and we close there, and we close. Another two lines, another two lines. And then we are going to connect the jacket first. So you're going to create a straight line from under and then bring the curve around. Straight line from under and run around. His shorts are 1, 2, connected to the jacket. Right in the middle, another 2 V. And you're going to connect the short legs right there. Like so. need you to have straight 2 lines for his leg, straight 2 lines for his leg. Complete them with a short curve to the bottom and add his sock right there. Going to go straight down, back heel. So front down, back heel, short. And that's a shoe. Again, heel, front is a sloping line. Take the heel in. Remember, there's a separation between the heel and the shoe, and that's what I'm showing right there. How about his hand? His hand is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, start from the side 1, start from the opposite side 2, start from the side here 3 and 4 and 5. And that is most everything. Add a button here and a little jacket pocket right there. So this completes the look. And oh, forgot, his socks have a stripe in here, so you want that too. Now what I would like to do is I would like to divide the coloring into part marker and part watercolors. So first the marker part. So you need to have a skin tone for himself. So I keep Copic markers handy for skin colors because they are soft enough. Now, there are other solutions if you think Copics are expensive. What you can do is you can use the Crayola markers, because those dissolve with a little bit of water in the brush. And that is an option for you if you would like to try it like that. So remember, the skin colors go on to the hands and the face. And you also want to put it on the inside of his glasses, because technically that is the skin color that should be showing up right there. That done. Now he normally wears a brown colored outfit, so we're going to create this. I like to take my time to outline so that there's no room for getting messy here. The good thing about tracing over your pencil lines with a Sharpie is that Sharpies do not bleed. I really like that about Sharpies. They stay very steady and they allow you to work with just about all the medias over them. So as you can see, I take my time and I use that time to really make sure that I don't go out of my lines. Because if I've taken this much of time to draw a good piece of art, well, I have to now finish it properly as well. It's not okay to get scribble scrabbles, the white spots, and all that stuff. And I'm going to use a yellow for his hair, but I want to make his hair a tad bit lighter. So here's a trick that I'm going to do. I'm going to add my skin color in first, so that when I bring the yellow on over it, it will get affected by the first color. Should do. And that is the actual drawing. Now for the coloring. I want to take you guys into what we call a salt effect. So my palette, I have a tube of blue, and when you work with tubes, you need a very little, tiny little bit, just to kind of get the whole thing done. So I'm going to show you right now how little I took. Just look at that. This will complete the entire galaxy for me. And I've got some salt, just regular cooking salt, that I needed. Now I'm going to mix this later on because I don't want the blue to be on my brush. What I'm going to do with my brush is I'm going to paint out just water over this pocket. And what I want to do is I want to not do the whole paper because the water will start to saturate in to all the areas if I'm not careful. So I want to make sure that I do have the top part of this that is nice and wet so that my salt technique can work. So here we go. Now here comes my color. Remember, when you're mixing, you want it to kind of be like, if you see any thick clumps like this one, gotta stir it back in. If you don't, it's just going to feel like it was really thick. Now, when you put water on it, you can control how dark or how light you want something to be. The Sharpie will not move under the paint as well. So you just have to be a little bit careful in terms of your markers, that's all. After I paint this, like this much, I'm going to take some salt. This is salt. And I'm going to sprinkle it. Salt, by nature, will pull the water that it comes into contact with, and it will bring it closer to itself. So what will happen is in the process, it will leave behind like a white patch, which will look like a spark. And you think of that spark as the stars in the galaxy. But don't touch it. Once you spread the salt, just leave it be. Let it do its work. It does not need any help from you, but it needs time to dry naturally. If you allow it to dry naturally, then it will give you a really cool result and you will not be disappointed. But if you keep poking at it, you may feel like, oh, what just happened? So my advice to you, as soon as you kind of put the water down and you apply your paint and you've dropped that salt on the wet paint, it cannot be dry now, please remember, because it will not work if it's dry. So I'm surrounding him. Remember, inside of his space helmet, it has to show the blue of the galaxy. Please remember that. Now I'm also going to hurry up and put the water here because I want to make this lower part of the galaxy a little bit dark blue. I want to use up all my paint that I have left. And as you can see, I do have a little bit, so I don't need to save it because I can't put it away anywhere else, right? So I'd much rather just use it. And this would put our Alistair in the space. Now, I'm going to stop the video at this point because the drying process takes about 30-40 minutes or so, and I want to let it dry naturally. So I will peel off the tape and I will leave it aside, but I will take a picture of this, and that will be the title picture to this whole video. So remember to pause videos whenever you need to slow down to complete a step, and then move on to the next thing. Last but not least, how did I forget this? His tie. There we go. Hope you enjoyed, and we look forward to you in our next video.